Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Samuel Leggett here representing Team JVS. I am back here again for another movie review. The name of this movie is called JIANG ZIYA. Now, just to give a quick background, I looked at earlier, right before I saw this film, JIANG ZIYA. I just released my review for that as well. Definitely go and check that out. I gave that an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. Easily one of the best Chinese animated films I've seen in quite some time. And JIANG ZIYA is no different. It's just, with JIANG ZIYA, not only is it beautiful, like the opening sequence, it's gonna totally throw you off from 2D to 3D to coloring and pan out shots and imagery. It's gonna blow you away just from the opening. But there's something different about this one in comparison to JIANG ZIYA, in that this feels just epic. It feels like legendary. It feels like something that is very subtle. It's a slow burn. It's not like consistent fighting. Even though there's some amazing fights in this, and there's amazing like magical science fiction, mythological, stuff, and even exposition throughout the entirety of this film. Whereas JIANG ZIYA was kind of more action-based and comedy and going back and forth. This is layers to it. This is emotional. This is very weighted in a different way, in a more of a sacrificial, long discovery kind of way. As well as there is a huge, small little end credit scene you definitely don't want to miss that may or may not tie some of the events of both films together. That's all I'm going to kind of say without spoiling anything. But the title for this, based on IMDb, is saying the Legend of Defecation. I'm not really sure why. But JIANG ZIYA, this is the synopsis. Banished to the mortal world, what he is a celestial commander. A warrior has to slay a demon to return to the heavenly realm and become a god. It's so much deeper than that. There's a lot more. Like, that's the most dumbed down, simplistic version of this. JIANG ZIYA, as a celestial commander, like he already had power. He already was at the highest pinnacle you could reach from coming from a human to anything else. And so one day, in trying to fight and take out, the demonic Nine Tails, he's left with a choice of something that he has to do or not do. And he makes the choice, but he has to suffer because of his choice. And also, he's making others around him suffer, like his comrades and, his trusty companion for it. And the thing about it is that when we first see him, he's just kind of like at a pond, like snow all over him, and he's lifeless. But he's haunted by the memories of what happened and why it happened and what should he do. And either way, he never breaks hold of the decision that he made. He knows what decision that he made was right, but he's trying to reconcile why he made that decision. And I think that in and of itself breaks down so many different layers of this film, because the film takes you on his journey, and he makes contact with this girl in Jin that he's trying to help her find her family, trying to help her find her understanding in life. And yet at the same time, he's starting to wonder if his initial decision is also tied to him helping this girl as well. Was this fate? Was this destiny? Or was this a curse? Was this befalling onto him? Or was this something that he had to hurdle over? And even with that, like, as far as the voice acting cast, it's amazing. Like, the cast, first off, you got Christopher Sabat, who I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you haven't checked it out, you should already see it. Our interview with Chris Sabat. If you don't know him, you should. That interview pretty gives you all the background of who he is, who he's played. From Dragon Ball Z to My Hero Academia to Tokyo Ghoul, he's done it all. And he's amazing. And he's amazing in this because this is another multi-layered character that isn't just this strong type. Like, no, he's got levels to him. He's very proper. Like, he is almost a perfectionist. Like, he is, everything has to go in a specific place, but at the same time, he knows what is moral, what is immoral, and what should be done and what shouldn't be done. And I think that that makes him such a complicated character in a world where you really are seeing that politically things are wrong. You're realizing that, you know, higher power situations are being, you know, pushed upon people that are human, that can't do anything about their suffering. And he's in the middle on both sides. Like, he very much so is mortal now, but he also is a good, kind heart who also is much, much more, which makes every interaction of different characters he has all that more, you know, pleasing and satisfying, because, you know, when he goes and interacts with one of his better colleagues that's looked up to him for years but now no longer looks at him the same, you know, and they're fighting and battling emotionally and morally about what's right, what's wrong, when he's going and trying to help and save Jin and anything that's happening with even the situation with the Nine Tails, like, there's always constant conversation that has to be had to make you understand the weight and the gravity of the sacrifice that he's willing to make and what he's trying to do. As far as the visuals, though, the visuals are amazing. This is another great Chinese animated film, and I highly recommend you go and check out Nizai as well as JIANG ZIYA. It's right after, back to back. I think that not that they tie together in any way, shape, or form, but you will appreciate it from an animation standpoint as well as a story standpoint. They are very versatily different. Like, I think that both of them have emotional weight, but both of them hit differently. They both hit me very differently. I didn't necessarily cry in this one as much as I did in Nizai. And part of that, you know, as a father, I think it just hit a little bit differently. This one also is a father figure kind of situation in the role that Jing is playing. But I think that this is something that is worth talking about. It is right now currently available on VOD. It is available streaming, and I think it's also available right now on Blu-ray and DVD. I think it's available as 4K UHD as well. But I would give this a 8.5 or 9 out of 10 as well. Like, I think that they are literally on the same exact level. Initially, I was kind of like, oh, the action in Nizai was so all over the place, so epic. But the more I focused in on what was really happening, what was the gravitas of this, the things about this from a folklore standpoint and the weight behind this are astronomical. Like, I cannot, like, you could go and watch this again and get so much more out of it. Technically, you can watch both of these and get a lot out of the historical, legendary sides of this from a historic standpoint, that you're going to really be like, wow, I'm really captivated by this. Let me know what you think. If you've seen it already, leave it in the comment section below. Make sure you leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys a bit later on. Make sure you go and check out my interview, again, with Chris Sabat for his role in this amazing film. I'll talk to you guys later. Keep it locked. JBS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, guys.